All right, good morning. Welcome to the Coffee Run with John from ProCraps. I'm back. I missed yesterday, of course. I was traveling, went to Phoenix, saw some friends, got some spring training games in. Just had to disconnect for a little bit, right, and get out of here. Chris came back today and shit the bed right away this morning. So we'll talk about that. Waylon, good morning. You saw the title of my video. Come on, baby, daddy's home. Here we go. Let's get into the announcements here, and then we'll just jump into some quick rollout here. I got a kind of an earlier stop I got to do today because of my regular job, but here we go. Let's see. I was out in Phoenix last week, and I did this. I did the, can you see this here? I got my sticker because I made it to level 10. I did the Hot Ones challenge over the weekend. I actually got a special, you're a hedonist, I guess they call it, right? If you can do it. We did it. My buddy, the guy that turned me on to that show, Bruce, down in Phoenix, he's got I guess they sell a Hot Ones kit. All the bottles that they use in the show, all the 10 steps, and there's a little sheet that tells you about what each hot sauce is, what the history of it is, what the ingredients are, how bad it is for you and stuff like that. And so we did it. We went and got, we bought Chick-fil-A nuggets. We bought a 40 pack of nuggets and just, rolled them into stuff and just ate one. And we did one every 10 minutes. So it took us a better part of an hour to do this thing, but one every 10 minutes or so. And we just, we were catching up anyway. He and my wife, and we go way back. So we're just catching up and doing our thing. And I'll tell you, they weren't that bad. I'm not a huge fan. I like hot, but I don't like hot for the sake of hot. And a couple of them were hot for the sake of hot. For example, number 8 was the worst one of all of them. Number 8 hurt the worst, believe it or not. The first 2 or 3 you don't even really notice, but there's some good flavors. There's a chocolate one that's really awesome. There's a cilantro heavy one that's really good. There's a lime one. So some of them they don't hit you right away. They hit good flavors. A watermelon one, I think 7's a watermelon. Anyway, they're all really good flavor wise, except for I think 6 and 8. 8 tasted like shit, and it was so freaking hot that I didn't enjoy it, and it burned my mouth. It took me all the way through 9 just to recover from 8. 9 was the watermelon. I think tasted great. It was hot, but it didn't hurt like 8 did. Once 9 went away, 10 was easy. 10 was no. I actually enjoyed the last one. It was whatever the millions of whatever the rating is. 10 wasn't as bad as 8. 8 was the worst. 8 should have been 10. Frankly, that was the worst freaking thing of all of them. But it was cool, man. It was awesome. It was a fun trip. I see Mark the Point says Chris came in at 11. Came in clutch yesterday, which was cool. Thanks for picking up where I left off. That's awesome. Anyway, this week's trip around the table, I'm working on it. I got a couple of people who have expressed interest. I'm not going to tell you who they are because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I got one player who's a friend of ours, just one of our subscribers, wants to jump in and do it, has raised his hand. I'm also working on getting David from Casino Quest with Jeremy from Color Up. Charlie still owes me a trip around the table, so we'll get somebody here for Thursday. I'll let you know who it's going to be. But in the meantime, it is the 27th of February, and I think, looking at the calendar here, when is the 30th? When is March 1st? March 1st is Friday. So looks to me like Friday is going to be the first day of the shooters tournament. So I'm going to be talking to, hopefully tonight, George, about this, about how we put the roll tracker in place, what the scheduling looks like and all that stuff. But tonight we locked that down, and I think that starts on Friday. Chris and Dice DGen, when is your tournament starting? I don't know if it starts Friday or not, but your March Madness is getting on there, coming up really soon. You may have heard this announced yesterday by some folks. Joe this morning. I'm sure Jeff mentioned it yesterday too. Chuck from Crapsy is putting a new version out soon. The preview, all the YouTubers got to see the preview. I'm going to see about getting him, getting some preview access so we can talk about it in more detail. But jamming, man, that new version is going to be really awesome. Not even all the way there yet, right? But there's so many features that are lined up for it. Stoked to get that thing out and maybe wipe out some of the issues we've been having as creators using it. So that's cool. Also, Steen wrote me that new Windcraps dropped. I got a text from him yesterday, so I'll download that today And he's like, he said, you got to download it. Like, I'm not sure what he did, but something's pretty cool. So I'll get the new Win Craps today as well, and we'll see what that looks like. Getting excited about that. Dice Deedon says the selection show is on Friday for the DGen March Madness tournament. So that's super cool. All right. Let's jump into the daily paycheck really quick. I'll do a little breakdown of what happened today. And then we're going to jump into this new little mini series here on right side play, probably for a couple of weeks. I'm going to get off of the Gambling 101 stuff. Only because I've got the next round of episodes I have planned for that. I really need some guests. I'm waiting for a few people to get back to me to be guests. I want to get a casino pit boss. I want to get to talk to us about ratings and how they actually rate. Like, what's the process for rating at a table? And I'm looking to get somebody from Casino Credit to talk to us about marker play. So I want to get those two experts scheduled so I can do those shows properly. I don't want to just speak from what I know about it. I'm going to bring somebody on. So it's going to take a hot minute to get those scheduled out. So give me a little bit on there. In the meantime, we're going to just go play some right side craps. I may even bring out the roulette table again in a couple of weeks just to kind of do some different stuff while we're waiting for all those things to kind of take place. So yeah, there's all that. Who else is here? Before I jump in, let's see who else is here. We got Dice Dr. Dan, of course. Good morning to you. Brian, my friend from Holy Roller. Brian and I, by the way, I'm gonna out us here. We're gonna start a show together pretty soon. We've been talking on the side. I've been very busy, not been a good friend. But he and I have been talking about doing a collaborative show that will be, let's call it, I'm going to call this show, Brian, Gambling Adjacent. All right? It won't be actual gambling show. We're not going to talk strategies at all. It'll be gambling adjacent. So it'll be one of those things. Should be cool, I think. AZ, I was down your way, by the way, all weekend. I was down there in Arizona. I was down in Glendale all weekend. I was going to hook up with Big AZ, and I was going to give you a call if we never went out. We just stayed in the house and sort of hung out and played board games and drank. So did not get out at all, but would have been super cool. I don't have a Baccarat layout, but I have all the cards. I should do some Baccarat, though. I really want to turn this show, like I said, when I do stuff at the table, I want to bring all the games out. I want to start. I've never dealt Baccarat. I've played it. I've never dealt it, so I got to work on my skills. But yeah, I want to do some BJ, some Baccarat, and some roulette, and just kind of get some different looks at things, because all the stuff we talk about, all this math, all the house edge crap, all the stuff, catching a streak, all those things, it works in all the games, right? It also fails in all the games. So it is what it is. I think seeing me do different things will be hopefully more entertaining than just watch me roll dice every day. But anyway, here we go. Dallas Drawdown, we lost a little bit. That profit loss thing is wrong. It should be 1558. We lost today. We went out there this morning, and I jinked myself. I said, hey, I haven't been out here for what, 4 days? What's going to happen? And of course, I go 1200 across, working the come out, boom, 527, right out of the gate. So this strategy is basically, we've said it before, it's kind of a YOLO, right? You're going to go out there and you're going to go 1200 across, and you're either going to get it or you're not, right? If you get the come out 7, you're done. You lose $1,200, you walk away. That's your loss limit for the day. It's 1/3 loss limit. If you happen to catch it on the first roll, the worst you can do is lose $300, right? That's how that thing works, and it works really fast. You're either one roll and you're going home, or you're 2 rolls and you're going home. You're either 2 rolls to profit, or you're 1 roll and you're lost, right? That's the whole thing. It's okay. It sucked losing today. I didn't like it. We played afterwards. We were trying some. Let's pretend we were recovering, and tried a few things, and it didn't work. We had a terrible rolling day today. It was not a good look for the strategy today. Just bad rolling. And the recovery plan here, I think, is that there is none. I think the recovery plan is go home. Like, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. And you're going to lose 1 out of 6 times that you go out there with the across bet. You're just going to do that, right? Over 20 days, 1/6 of 20 days is about 4 days. You're going to lose. I expect over 20 days to lose 4, right? If I lose exactly 4, I'll be, well, it's 4 point whatever. But if I lose 4 times in 20 days, once a week, as an average, and we win $500 the other 4 days, that's going to be $2,000 in wins, 1,200 in losses. We're going to be ahead all 4 weeks, and that's the secret, right? Win more than you lose. If we get too many come out 7s and we have 5 losses over the course of 20 days, we're going to be upside down. If we have 3 losses instead of 4, we're going to be an extra couple $1,000s up when all is said and done. So it's really about maintaining, and this is one of those strategies where I know in advance what the win ratio should be, right? The math says the win ratio should be 4 out of 5. We should win 4 out of 5 over time. We know that. If we play it Monday through Friday for a month, maybe for 1 month it'll be 3, 1 month it'll be 5 losses, but we should be 4 losses in a month. We should be good here, right? This one should be fine. As long as you don't go degen and say, I lost my come out 7, I'm going to try it again. That's when you're going to get burned. That's when you're going to get it. When you get that come out 7 series, that's going to blow your bankroll up. You just got to be like, do it again tomorrow. I mean, that's how it's going to be. So I think, you know, again, the dice don't care if it's today or tomorrow, if it's 2 rolls in a row or 2 days in a row, it doesn't matter. But sometimes bad luck is just your thing, right? And get out of there. Anyway, recovery plan, I think maybe is no recovery plan. We'll see. I'm considering also doing a little stacked win type of thing where, you know, you win $3,000, you win $600 when it works. I'm considering going back out the next day with a higher cross bet, taking some of the previous day's wins and stacking it to just a slight stack and treating it like a real YOLO where you're kind of building so that it's a one hit win eventually instead of a 2-hit win. You can kind of reduce your risk by increasing your bets. I'm going to give it a shot. Waylon's got one for me to try, which is cool. I'm open to anything. This is the week to do it, right? This week and next week, I'm going to be farting around the table here. It's a good chance to give me something to try out, to do some different random stuff. So let's see. You want to win every throw, every day, every shooter. So do I. But, you know, as you saw today, it is what it is, right? Let's see. Yeah, you're in Glendale. You're right there. So we were in, we were in Glendale. My buddy lives in this little community off of 101, and it's like all these lakes. So it's like his house is like on the water. He has like a little, what do you call it? Not a paddle boat, pontoon boat. We kind of floated this little like lake thing every night. It was great. It was awesome. But yeah, we decided not to go out and burn money. We decided to just hang out and play. So next time I'm down there, we'll do it. For sure. All right, let's jump ahead. Here's the totals, by the way. With today's loss, now we're down to 13,000 in profit. We were up over almost 15,000. So we got to work. Got to get some more work done this week. Well, I think we'll be okay. I feel good about it. All right, I want to jump into right side play, and I was thinking about this as it relates to my other channel, my Pro Craps channel. I've done a lot on that channel. All these videos, by the way, that we do here, the teaching parts, become Pro Craps videos. And I've put out videos of all my favorite ways to play, right? We got the Red Cross, I put the Philly Special out there, the Dallas Drawdowns out there, all the ways I like to play are, I don't see my channel, Pro Craps channel, as being a channel that's going to be a billion strategies like Waylon does, right? That's not what it's about. That channel's about how to play craps. So it's like this series that I'm going to start here with you today is kind of going down that road again. I don't think there's that many ways to play, right? Waylon's got a strategy for me, and I'll say this in a way that hopefully doesn't offend anybody, but there are no strategies that are different. And what I mean by that is ultimately everything on the right side is a variation of these two things that I have on screen here, right? If you're playing the right side, everything you do is a variation of somehow getting to a base level of play, whatever your base is. Okay, if your base is an $18 6 and 8, if your base is 110 inside, if your base is 320 across, whatever your base is, getting to base, and then pressing and collecting in some kind of rhythm. Every crap strategy boils down to that, unless you're doing a negative progression system like Waylon typically does, or other people do, right? Those are different. I'm talking about pure right side play. If you're just going to play, not a hybrid, not a laddering, not a whatever, pure right side play, box bets and whatever. Every right side play, we overcomplicate it, I think. And I think again, what I got here is this: it's getting to a base, pressing and collecting in some rhythm from your base, whether it's an iron cross, the pineapple press, the skill 66, the drawdown, whatever it is, you're going to play based on your own personal fear, loathing, and style that you want to achieve. That's it. Every single thing you see on Color Up and all these channels with all the different strategies, it's all this. Get to a base, play from base, okay? Whatever the strategy. And I'm going to talk to you the next 4 days about what it looks like to get to base, okay? Now, there are 3 or 4 basic, I think, right side patterns, ways you can play. And here they are. The Molly style. Pass line, come bet. In any configuration, whether it's all come bets or pass line max, whatever you're doing, pass line come rhythm, that's one way to play the right side. Everything else, is it a regression or a spread? I'm doing the Dallas Drawdown, which is a big regression. The, what is the Casino Quest promoting? The squeeze play, right? It's you're inside, you spread out, and then you come down, right? If it's a skill 66, or if it's, what I do, the tier pressure, where you press, and then come back down to base, right? Those are a couple of ways you can get to base. The other way to get to base, I'll talk about this on Friday, is just starting at freaking base, right? All this complication of like, let me press or spread out or do all this crazy shit to get to 64 across for free, create opportunity. Just start there, right? Sometimes just starting at base and going and not stopping is the same thing. It's all about, again, your fear of losing the base and your loathing of the game, right? I say the fear and loathing. It's all fear, loathing, and style. It's like, I want to be at base and go, right? Me, I have become the player that starts at base and just goes. I'm not about all the crazy regressing and spreading shit out and waiting for 4 rolls to get to base. Just get there and go. I mean, it's a little bit easier that way, but as a right side player, here's your options. You can play the Molly, you can regress, you can spread, you can press up and come back down, or you can just start where you're going to be. That's the basic play patterns. We're going to look at all those patterns this week. I'm going to play them out. We're going to see them. Once you get to base, next week, we're going to talk about, okay, that's it. There's only 4 ways to get to a base and play. Then it's how do you press, right? Then you say, okay, I got the way I want to. I'm comfortable dropping 96 across every single time. I'm okay with losing the $100, okay? Or I'm okay with putting 320 out there, clenching for a roll and coming down to 64. I'm okay with doing that. But now you're at your base, then it's about the pressing pattern. And again, this is your thing. Every crap strategy on the planet boils down to how do you press? Is it a single unit press? Is it a half unit press? Am I trying to flip numbers? Am I gonna bet the sisters when a win happens? Am I gonna be a press collect? A collect, press, regress, a press, collect. What is your pattern? All those patterns happen after you get to base. And I think that's a whole thing we can look at. So I look at like a crap strategy. The perfect crap strategy is you finding the way you want to be at base, however you want to get there, you finding the way you want to press, and Bob's your uncle. Get on out of here. That's the entirety of this game. On the right side. I think that a lot of folks overcomplicate things. It comes down to comfort level. It comes down to ease. It comes down to being like, I got this. I know my base is 64. I know my presses. I know my patterns. I know what I'm doing. And it's rinse and repeat for me, right? Whether you feel like press, collect is the dumbest thing on the planet, I'm going to do a single press. It doesn't matter. You want to be a parlay press on the box. Good for you, right? It's up to you to play it your way. And I think that applying the base plays and the pressing plays together is how you make your own way of playing. So yeah, on ProCraps channel, you'll see me putting out my favorite base play strategies, my favorite ways to get to a base. You'll see me put out my favorite ways to press from base, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna do no more strategy videos for me. That's gonna be where I land. I think that's where most people should land. Learn how to craft your own stuff, right? Using these ingredients, if you will. So with all that said, let's head to my table. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of this. We're gonna go to this view, and I'm gonna play, what is that box up here? That's Dan. I think that was Dan's face from before. Let's get Dan's face out of there. And I gotta fix one thing here on the camera. I think the camera's got the wrong angle on it. Let me go here, hold on. Camera's got the wrong angle, why? Let's see, go to the table view. There we go. Just a little bit, I could tell a little bit off. Here we go. Let's show you way one. And I know people get like, what's the word I'm looking for? They get antsy about this one. And I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with playing the come. Nothing wrong with playing the line. there's nothing to be ashamed of playing the simple way. And I know folks will say, oh, the casino teaches you this way, so you should never play what they want you to play. But honestly, it's kind of an interesting way. Here's 500 bucks. Let's take that stack of greens out of there. We're buying for 500 bucks. I'm gonna put it over here on this side of my rack so I can see it. Again, I'm playing it the way that I play it. And let's do a couple of options on this thing. Okay, I'll show you. Again, this way of playing can be kind of fun if you let it be. So for 500 bucks, you might start with, let's just do a quarter. We'll do a full quarter of the pass line, okay? Again, best bet going right here is this quarter on the pass line. That's like one of the one roll sequence, one of the best bets now. So I'm gonna use, let's see, color up blues I got here. Color up blue dice today. And let's just come on out. And again, we know we love this, right? All the ways to win, right? You got 8 ways to win. You got 4 ways to lose. 2-to-1 favorite, getting paid even money, and we lost. 2-1-3. So that'll happen, right? I'm going to show you something cool. We can do the line Baccarat style, or we can do the line John style, or we can do the line whatever. I'm going to play the line parlay press style. We're going to go out at our base bet all the time. I'm never going to lose more than 1 unit, but I will win way more than 1 unit when I do win. Here we go. 4-2-6, that's our point. Now, on the come, let's turn that green into some reds, okay? And we can do a come ladder. From the past line, the come ladder is not super strong because the 7 only wins you, a couple of partial of their back, but we can get some increasing bets. I'm gonna do 10, 15, and 25 as a come ladder. Okay, we're gonna burn progressively bigger bets in the come. We're gonna treat the come as a separate system from the pass line. And again, I'm gonna do the abnormal, there's our 5-2-7, an abnormal way of doing the come. So not gonna be all the odds. Here's the situation, we lost here earlier. We win in this one, we lose here again. We lost the puck. Take this back to the rack. Now, if we do this Baccarat style, it's a $50 don't pass. We're gonna Baccarat the lines. I'm gonna play a come ladder along with. It's gonna be kind of a new look for us here. We haven't done this one before, but I think it's a way to make the come interesting, right? There's an 8. Oh boy, we love having a point of 8 from the don't we? Here we go. Same as before, 10 unit, 15 unit, 25 unit come. There's a 9, 6 tree 9. Now we'll do a 3 unit come. Again, these are going to be an independent play. The come ladder is always 1 unit more than what's out here. So we'll do this independently of the line. Baccarat line here, come ladder in here. There's the 7 again. Wow, quick 7s. We lose our 9. Big deal. 3 units in there. 2 units on the don't pass, and guess what we do? Bam. Parlay that son of a gun up. Right? If you want to look at my rack, by the way, look at this. Recovered and profit. Booyah. But you know what? We're going to go and parlay it up. The parlay pressure here on the don't, it's a big part of how the Baccarat to me wins. Even though we're even, you could restart right here because you've got profit. Even though we got blanc or donked a couple times, we got profit, right? Pretty awesome stuff. There's a 6. I can beat a 6. Here we go. Ladder it up, baby. Oh, let's do this for a few more shit. There's 7. Look at that. Look at that 7. Beautifulness, right? Beautifulness. $10 here, $100 there. Yeah, that goes right to the rack. We parlayed that win up. Our new level. Remember, our first bet was at level 1, right? We just want a parlay at this level here. We go back to level 2. And now our parlay press starts again at level 2. You'll see how this works if I can win a few more. But look at where we are. $500, we have $100, and that's actually $150. $150 in profit, just like that, just like Daddy wrote it, right? There's an 8. 4, 4, 8. Booyah. Again, we'll do a little. I haven't even gotten the come bet set. If I wanted to do odds, they aren't even set. Oh no, we lost our 8. Bummer. So watch how I do this, right? This is going to go to the 8. Puck will be off. Lose our don't, which was a point loss. We were out there for 2 units, but the actual base out of our rack was still at 1 unit. So to go to the line, the ladder level to the line is actually the original base because we won the parlay. So I'm not actually having to ladder up from that 2. I ladder up from the original one that I had lost. Here we go. On the pass line, come 8. There's a 6. That's a good pass line bet, right? Go to the 6. 2 units here. 3 units is next. That's going to be ugly. It goes to the 4. Yuck. And now we'll do a quarter. We have, actually we can do 30 bucks. We have 10 here, 15 here. We have 25 there. It's perfect. We'll do a quarter for our last one. Keep that 7 strong coming out. There's a yo, 11 yo. And again, we're going to go here. Bam. You read books, Sam Grafstein, you talk to Bo Parker, the dice coach. You take those, you don't get these wins very often, those freebies. You stack that and use it against them, right? If you have a chance to use it against them, you do. That's where your power comes. I say this all the time, these streaks. And when the dice do the right things for you, look at us here. We got 4 bets, right? We got the 4, 8, and the 9, and the 6 on the line. If you want to go out here and degenify with odds, go for it. Go for it. This one here, that is the odds, right? That 1-to-1 right there is perfect. We still have our full bankroll intact, right? Full bankroll's intact. There's a 4. Look at me getting paid on the 4. Booyah. 15 bucks. And I'm going to bring that on back. Now, we can take this if you want to be a conversion player, right? Take that money and come and get 10 and a 10 and a 10. Place the rest of the numbers if you want to, or you can collect it, or you can come in here and rock a little hard way parlay as we go, right? We're probably going to get a 7, doesn't matter, but just giving you options here, right? You can play the come and have all sorts of interesting fun along the way. There's the 4-2-6, that's our point. Fantastic, right? It pays, and it's a parlay up. Puck is off, lose our hard 6, that's okay. Coming out to another 6, 5-1. Bam, here we go. I'm gonna let these 2 bets just resolve. I'm not gonna run a consistent come. There's a 7. Whatever, we lost our shot. Would have been nice to have hit that parlay for another 100 bucks, but not in the cards for us that time. There's one way of playing the come with a baccarat that's a little more interesting than just going, pass come max odds, pass come max odds. That's a fun way of playing it. Let's go on back out. We lost our pass line bet. We're gonna go the ladder up to 2 units, go the don't. Now we're down a little bit. Switch sides. Remember, we started that whole series with a 1 unit down here, right? 3-2-5. Here's a hard 4. Maybe this time we'll do more of a Molly once we get the bet set. We'll do like a 3-point Johnny style of play. I'm still gonna ladder up the bets though. 9, 5-4-9. Quarter, the 3rd one. 8, that's good. That's good. And there we go. We have 3 combat set laddered up. 10, 15, 25. Nice fat don't. You can leave them here or go for it, right? Drop a unit up in here. Drop a unit up on that 4 if you want to, and drop. We can just take 25, take 20 out of it, and drop a unit up on the 9. We can make them all single odds, right? Get some extra energy out there. You got the don't pass working for you. The 7's not going to destroy you. Check me out. There's 30 in odds. There's 20 flat. That bet started out as a $15 bet. Let's ladder it up to 20. We'll go up a little bit with that win. Take that back to the house. Here we go. 10 hard. Okay, 10 hard. It goes up here. 20 bucks there. We'll put single odds on it. Just go single odds all over the place, right? Nice and easy. Nice and easy. There's a 6-5 yo. Would have been nice to have had the yo while we was in there. There's a 4. Hey, baby. Look at me go. We got 10 flat. We got 10 in odds. It's going to pay 20 bucks. And just like before, we're going to take 20 back into the come. I'll take the rest of this back to my rack. Cycle them through single odds from the don't this time. There's the 8. Awesome. That's going to move into the 8. The 8's going to pay 20 flat and 30 on the odds. And I got 20 bucks sitting here on that 8. I'm going to put a full quarter up there just to make it. Actually, we'll put 20 bucks. Nah, I'll put a quarter up. Make it easy. All this can come back. Okay, that was a $20 bet the last time. It goes to a quarter. Keeping that rack looking nice. Ooh, we got a 9. Take that. Quarter to the 9. We'll do 30 in odds. Again, single odds. Keep 3 bets screaming while we're waiting on that 7. There's our 6. And again, all laddered up. As we win, we ladder up. There's an 8. It's fantastic. Pay 30 and 20. Again, we'll level up the come bet by 1 unit. I'm going to make this look like a green chip. Coming back. Every time we win, it goes up by $5. Every time we get it set, it goes up. But here we go. We lost the come. What's it do? Back to starting point. Back to base. Never going to lose more than base on these bets, right? That's my general rule. Finally got the 7. We won a couple times through it, which is fine. There's $2 in there. We'll lose that. Get paid in the line. The reds come back. The greens come back. There's our starting bankroll. There is 75 plus whatever this is in profit. And we got burned for a minute there. That's another $50. 125, 135 in profit. And it was fun, right? We had a couple of bad runs. We made money. A couple of good runs, made some money. And you can make the pass line come system actually kind of fun if you're playing it with the intent of not just being bored by it. Like I say this all the time, this is one of the most boring strategies out there to me is this one, unless you do something to make it cool. Here we go. We're on the don't. We won our level up bet. We parlay that bad boy up. We'll do one more run. There's a 10. Couldn't be any better for that don't pass. And now, this time I'm going to run the come system and we're going to do the replacement. If I get some hits in here, we're going to replace our bets with what comes. Let's go 10. I'm going to do 10, 10, and 10 with odds, and then we're going to replace the bets into place bets. We'll show you that system if we can get some hits. 5. Single, single, and I'll actually go odds, immediate odds. I'm not going to worry about laddering this up. We're just going to go right to odds. There's a hard 10. Are you freaking kidding me? I almost did a hard 10, actually. That goes there. We lose our don't. That sucks big time. That was our big shot. We were going to win $200 down here and be like heroes. As it is, we lost. Okay? And again, our base bet here was the 1 unit. We did all that from 1 unit, right? So now we're going to go back to the pass line for 2. We're going to level up, go to the pass line for 2. We're on the 10. We're on the 5. I'll put the odds up there. That's a bummer, man. I really wanted to win that don't. Odds are up. I work my odds. It's better to work your odds, trust me, on these come outs with the come bets. We got a 7, which is fine. I don't care that we lost it. You got 50 down there. You take your shot at it. Here is $40. It ends up netting us $10. It's fine. I'm going to parlay it. You know how I'm parlaying that thing. But when those things pop on the come out, those wins are pretty meaningful. Oh, no. No, we didn't just lose that, did we? We did. We threw aces on the come out and lost that frickin' thing. Let's go. Let's go, Baccarat line. Do your thing. Back out at 2. We're not going to ladder up on the losses down there. We're just going to go back out at our level. There's an 8. We're going to come again. What time is it? Do I have time to keep going here? Let's see. We got a 4 hard. 4 hard. Up with odds. There's 25. We'll do this will be our last little foray here. There's a 4. Easy. Nice. So that comes down. That goes up. That's going to pay us. Now watch what I'm going to do. It's going to pay us 10 and 20. Okay. We'll put the $10 back up as odds. We're going to come back out with $10, but I'm going to take that win. We're going to grab 3 numbers with it. We're going to grab some numbers with it. I'm not going back to the rack. I'm going to take the win and spread. Once I get all the way across, we'll be done. There's a 5. Oh, 5 goes here. This will then come down. I get paid $14. $14. Okay. Back in the come. I can grab the 6. I got them all. I got one last come bet working. And once we convert, we're back into, this is odds on the 5, by the way. Odds on the 5. Hard 4. Once we're done, we'll stay where we are. 4 is going to pay 10 and 20, so $30. And down, we're going to place it. Replenish the rack. And now we become place bettors. Okay. That goes to the 4. Sorry, that goes to the 4. That'll become the odds. My bad. But we're all covered. We're just gonna stay and play. There is an 8, winner 8, $50. Puck is off. Stack it. Let's get back that earlier loss. There's a 4. Look at that. Again, we're working our odds. So it's gonna pay again $30. 10 flat and 20 odds pays $30 net. And comes down. We'll place it. We'll place the 8. I'm going to bring back $30 to the rack. Now we have an across bet. I don't care about the pass line being here in the 4. We can just take it down, I guess. We've already got our big fatty down here. Let's go. Let's hit a 4. Let's hit a 4 and get on out. There's a 5. That's awesome. It pays 15. It pays $25, right? 10 flat, 15 for the odds. That's a quarter. Place it. Stack it and rack it. And I've converted myself from a come player to a place bet player. These bets are all covered. Every one of those bets was paid for by the come wins. Every one of them. Right now we're just looking for a 4 to rock the parlay. The parlay unfortunately lands on a bad number for us, but whatever. $14. Let's actually do this. We'll get the sisters. I'll actually get the hard ways as well. But let's reinvest the whole win that time, huh? Yo, cheero. We got a 10, 6-4 in the end. Love it, love it, love it. That'll pay $18. That's fantastic. Let's do what I was doing the other day. Let's do the replace thing. I'm going to take the bet down and put the winnings up on the 4 and 10. We'll do it like that. I can actually take the other 2 whites. We'll grab the hard ways. Get lucky for a little parlayed action on the hard ways. 9, fantastic. That 9 pays 15 for 1. And again, we're going to take the bet and put the winnings up. Just kind of do I'm calling that the flip or the exchange, whatever you want to call it. It works good. There's a $21 winner. $21. Again, we'll take the bet, put the winnings up, bring this back. I'm going to take these reds back to the bank because we're out of reds in the bank. $75. Remember we lost earlier, right? Look at that. Bank rolls back. There's the $500 in the bank. All this and that profit. You can't take that down, but we worked ourselves back. We got that butt kicking earlier. And here we go. We're going to lose it all, right? But we recovered it, actually. We recovered that little line mess that we had. All this pulled down would have been another 50, 75 bucks, 80, almost 90 bucks out there that we actually recovered our loss and came back with it by converting comes to place bets. As it is, we have a $6 profit. And there's your Tuesday. That's come betting conversion to place bet. That's come betting with a progressive increase. That's come betting with a come ladder and no odds. 3 ways to play it. All 3 ways can be fun. If you let it be fun and enjoy it, it's all good, right? I think it's a fun way to play. It's not as bad as I have railed on it in the past. It's not, let me get back here. It's not as exciting as the place bets, but when you get into a little rhythm like that, it ain't bad, right? And again, you can take the come bets and make them turn into place bets and then have that decision-making process that you want. All those place bets were covered and we got our money back in the rack. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it, right? The switcheroo, call it whatever you want to, the switcheroo. You've got the, like I said, the Baccarat line with a come ladder. the Baccarat line with a flat come and single odds. That thing worked great too, right? There's lots of ways to play that style. And it's not just come bet max odds, math guy, right? It's not just do what the casino says to do. You can actually put your own thought play into it when you apply basic patterns and pressing patterns together. Notice how I pressed the come bets. $10 with single odds, it wins, comes back, it's a $15 come bet with single odds. That hit twice for us, right? Comes back in at $20, up there with single odds. You're taking profit and you're increasing your bets as you go. And you're single unit pressing your come bets as you go. Again, it's a basic play pattern, and then it's a pressing pattern following that. So many ways to play this game. And that's what makes the game, to me, so much fun, so enjoyable. Let me get your PCs. Any PCs or questions here that I have to get to? Let's see. We have, if I ever need to be celebrity, you are 100% always invited, Craig. You want to do it with me? You're always invited. Arcady says, do the infinite come ladder. Oh God, it is brutal. I've done it. If you could get off the table, it would be great. I've done it a number of times. And I don't know if you saw it, the show I did with Jen, we did from $1 infinite come ladder. We did start with $1, then $2, then whatever. We had our last bet was over $1,000. We had such like a 30 roller, whatever it was, and I had from $1, I was putting $1,000 in the come, and we never hit it. Like we made money in the end, but man, oh man, was that brutal. Sometimes you do the infinite thing and it never works out. Mark the Point says, I need to talk to you after the show, realize something that no one has ever talked about. Okay, critical. I'll 100% talk to you about that, but not today, not today. I got to go to work at 9 o'clock and I got a full day, but maybe this evening we can chat for sure. Dan says, why is DI so inconsistent? Well, because it's what are you influencing it with, right? That's always the thing. If somebody was actually consistent with DI, and I don't mean to say this as an attack, but if you're consistently awesome at DI, why would you do anything else, right? Everybody will tell you, Ed, George, all the guys that practice, they all say what? I throw PSOs like everybody else. Everybody says it because there's no perfect consistency with it. The perfect throw can still get jumbled up by the back wall. Now, the perfect throw can also hit the back wall and do exactly what you hoped for. I've shown you that, right? The perfect throw can be perfect, but what feels like a perfect throw can be a millimeter off, hit the back wall on just a little bit of an angle, and it destroys the whole thing. That's why it's inconsistent. You can't be perfect. What you can be, hopefully, is giving them a chance to be perfect, and that's the best you can hope for. If you're giving them a chance to be perfect more than everybody else, you might find your pocket. And obviously this morning I didn't find that pocket, right? I was awful today. Every throw was different. No landing zone was the same. Nothing. It was a complete random bazooka shot this morning. And that's why I, didn't get the results I was hoping for. That's just what it is. So, yeah, that's it. It is 8:50. I got to go to work, guys. Who's here? We have 20, 30 people here. Small group today. And I think it's because I had two streams scheduled at the same time, but I'll get the streams cleaned up for tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have our normal size crowd here. In the meantime, happy Tuesday. God bless all y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow for a paycheck, hopefully a paycheck, another episode of this. We're going to jump into base betting. We're going to look at maybe some regressions tomorrow. So that said, y'all have a great rest of your day and I'll see you later. Bye.